Taylor here. The phone number, 210-796-3682. You know what I'd like to do, actually, Jeff? Let me just show you the outside. Well, no, we'll show you the outside in a minute because we're going to go outside. In fact, we'll save that part because I'm telling you, you're going to meet the trainers and see some of the phenomenal training that goes on here at K9s For Warriors. Here's the thing. This organization started in Florida, and they said, I guess about, how long ago, Kim? Was it like 5, 6, 7 years ago did they open this place?
Our Texas campus has actually been open for 3 years.
3, that's all? See, so 3, 4 years ago, they had the idea, we're going to open up a second location. They chose San Antonio, Texas, Military City, USA. So today, you love a veteran by calling and furthering this mission. Our operators are ready to go. 796-3682, 210-796-3682. It's a quick and easy, and it's a safe process as well. And it's one that will make you feel better because, again, you're extending the life of not only a veteran, but also a rescue animal. These dogs come from the Animal Care Services right next door, or they come from another shelter in town, or even an owner will surrender an animal, and they train them here. 6 to 9 month training process that occurs, and then they're matched up with their veteran. And then that's a 3-week training program in Helotes. They've got a ranch out in Helotes where the veteran and their companion stay together for a few weeks to get things worked out and trained up. Don, happy Veterans Day, my man.
Thank you. Good
Tell
to be
me
here.
which branch. Tell us about your service to our country.
I did 18 years in the Army,
Awesome.
18
wow.
years.
18 years.
and so did she.
And Jamie, too. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Did you honestly serve, or was he just talking
No.
about the family experience?
The family
Okay.
experience.
Gotcha. And let's start there, Jamie. I mean, this really isn't just about the veteran and the dog. I mean, this truly becomes a family affair.
Yes, it does, because the families are there to support the veterans. And when the veterans are going through the hard times, the families are there to pick up those pieces.
I like what you said before Maverick. You were the
Yes.
service.
Yeah, before Maverick came along, I was his service dog.
Yeah.
I was the one who was kind of just looking out, looking behind him. Again, I knew something was wrong, but it wasn't. I could tell him, but he was like, "Leave me alone."
Right.
But then he had to take that first step.
What I love is that this gives you the life you deserve, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you serve this country. I heard this great quote said, "A veteran will leave a war, but a war doesn't leave a veteran." Is that accurate?
It is. It's completely true. You know, and other things that happen is like, you know, we're so used to our way of life, and all of a sudden it's like, when it's all said and done, that's the biggest battle of your life.
Yeah.
After it's all said and done, that's the biggest battle of your life.
You're sitting in your living room alone, and you're like, "What's next?" And sometimes that grip, that isolation, it's really hard to get out of.
It gets a-
and
it gets a
you've
hold
got
of you.
nowhere to go, do you?
No, it gets a hold of you, and you don't know what to do. And once you figure out you don't know what to do, then you're completely lost. But once he came along, it was like, okay, now we can go through this adventure together.
Don, this is my prayer, is that someone's watching this right now, and they're in that situation. They're home, and they're alone, and they're afraid to reach out. What would you say to that person?
There's always hope. Just don't give up. There's always hope. Somebody is there for you, whether it's a person or even no matter who it is. Another veteran, it doesn't matter. Just don't give up and just keep the fight up and just keep on moving forward.
And you've got to reach out. You've got to reach out because, and I guarantee you, there'll be another veteran in that same position that'll start nodding their head and say, I was there too. I know what you're going through.
I'm not the only one doing this.
No, there's no way. How many times once you got into this program did you meet other veterans?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you guys are peers.
And
You-
it just happens at random. Somebody will come up to me behind me and just say, hey, you know, how does this work? And I'll be glad to tell you.
that's so
And it's a
cool.
good feeling because you know they're one step closer to getting the help they need.
What were you going to say?
K9s doesn't only support the veterans, they support the families. They have started a program for the advocates and for the spouses. And
Oh,
for,
have they?
yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've met other advocates, other spouses, other significant others, family members.
Sure. Sons
'Cause-
and daughters. of
Yes,
that, right?
because we support the veterans.
That's right.
And we support each other because you don't know unless you go through it or unless you have experience with it. And it's rough because we're supporting them who's supporting us. We can only support each other.
That's right. That's right.
And it's good to hear from other advocates and other spouses.
Speaking of support, this is your moment. This is the one day, Veterans Day, out of the year that we're going to ask you to do this. Give us a donation at 796-3682, 210-796-3682, or you can text to give. The number is 41444. We're keeping a tally. We're watching. You can stay anonymous. Andre, thank you. Lisa, thank you. Every single dollar counts. Look at that, $12,157. I'm going to assume that's a date that means something. Anonymous. Elvis Duran, $25,000. Really? Thank you. Wow, that's incredible. But yeah, this is what happens. I mean, that money stays right here so that they can train more dogs. There's veterans like Don that are on a waiting list, waiting for this animal. What kind of difference did Maverick make?
Oh, he brings life back to you. He brought life back to me that I didn't know I had. You know, he all of a sudden he's looking at me and say, "Hey, we got a new life together. We got a new leash on life. Let's move forward."
That's awesome.
And that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, and living life. Life that you deserve, my brother. So thanks again for serving. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, too. Look, City's here. Come on, somebody. Give them a call, 210-796-3682. You want to see some training? You want to see some of the training in action? Let's go outside. This is a beautiful Monday, Veterans Day in Military City, USA. Speaking of our veterans, Chris, happy Veterans Day, my man.
Thank you, sir.
Here with Astro, and I like the Astro color.
Yes, sir. I got to keep her in fine form with the blue collar
Right.
and the orange vest. Yes, sir.
Man, couldn't believe y'all didn't go to the World Series this year. That was disappointing, wasn't it?
Very disappointing. Just like the Texans last night, you get 5 interceptions and still lose.
Still lose by
Still
a field
lose.
goal. That
Yes,
was
sir.
incredible.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know about that. What was that helmet they were wearing? What's that logo looking?
It's still the
It was
Texans
different.
logo.
Yeah.
It was just because it was black. It was really hard to see.
Okay, yeah, it was
yes,
really
sir.
tough, really tough.
Yes, sir.
Well, we were just talking to Don, and I just want you to tell us what this means to you, what a day like today where people can help out at 210-796-3682 means for you and Astro?
So the biggest thing for me is, you know, she's here to serve me now, and she's my warrior companion. She makes life so much easier, and without people's donations to allow the K9s team to do their job, since they are a nonprofit, it would mean a lot if you guys can support and help the veterans here by donating to K9s For Warriors, sir.
We're not asking for much. I mean, you decided to protect the freedoms that we enjoy. You know, you enjoy freedom of religion. You enjoy freedom of the press. You enjoy those freedoms because of veterans like Chris that fought to keep those freedoms in the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
That's the reality.
And you're in Texas, so you got to keep your guns because of people like us too.
That's
so
right,
keep
exactly
your guns.
right.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. No, this is an important day, and it's the one day out of the year. I think it's a great opportunity for people to join this mission.
Yes, sir. And I gave up my day to drive out from Houston just to come support a darn good cause. So I hope you guys support it too.
Thanks,
Yes,
Chris.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
sir.
God
Appreciate
bless
it.
you. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. You know, we're on 151, by the way. This is the Petco Love K9 Center. Great job that Petco did in buying this land to build this training facility. You know, land is the most important and most expensive part of any kind of building project, but we're right on 151. In fact, next door, Animal Care Services, and then next door to Animal Care, the food bank. I call this the corridor of love. Come on, taking care of San Antonio's own right here on 151. Let's go this way and show you first, again, a beautiful afternoon. After such a gorgeous fall weekend, we're going to hit 88 today. Come on, somebody. What happened to fall? It was gorgeous on Saturday, Sunday morning. They were both fabulous. And now we're back to spring almost. Well, this is really going to be feeling like summer today, right? Hot day. All right, so this is, oh, look at this. We've got 3 trainers here at the Kowalski Family Pavilion. So much great support. The Kowalski family, the RK Group, you know, Rosemary Kowalski is a pillar of San Antonio. You talk about someone who's made a difference in this city. Praise God. Thank you to Rosemary Kowalski and the foundation. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Who do we have here?
This is Tricker.
Hi, Tricker. Beautiful dog. How old is Tricker?
Tricker's about 2 years old.
So, yeah, what is the age, I mean, that you want to shoot for? I know that there's like a bit of a checklist when a dog comes in.
Yes, there is. So we won't do anything under a year, just because we need to make sure that they're good for us. And then 4 years is usually our cap, just to make sure that they have a long time with their veteran.
Right, that's true, because this is a lifelong companionship that you're trying to facilitate here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to make sure that they have as much working time with the veteran as possible.
So it's a 6 to 9 month program. A lot of times, I mean, you'll have a dog going through, and maybe at month 4, you find out, all right, I don't know if this dog's going to make it.
Yeah, we have had that happen a few times, and whenever that does happen, we have a wonderful adoptions team that will help us get these dogs out to good, loving homes.
So there's another incredible aspect of what K9s For Warriors does. You can adopt these dogs. I mean, if it doesn't work out that they can't go to a veteran, to a warrior, because it is a tough job for these dogs. This is no easy task. I mean, think about this. There's training a dog to sit. There's training a dog to fetch, right? There's training a dog to, put their paw in your hand. How about training a dog to sit under a table at Applebee's for an hour without bothering anybody, just lying there for an hour under a table at an Applebee's, a busy Applebee's, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had some dogs that do great in the program, and settling is just a really hard thing for them to do, and maybe that's just not something that they want to do for life, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. And you're training them for every possible scenario that a warrior is going to take them to, because they become part of their life, and according to federal law, this dog is allowed to go anywhere the veteran goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We train them as much as we can, and then we get their warriors bios about a month or 2 months out. So if we have any other information, like they really love to go to baseball games or stuff like that, we'll try to take them to more baseball games.
What I love is that the relationship with the warrior doesn't end when the match is made. I mean, you guys are with these warriors for life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have a warrior team out in Florida, and they will get in contact with them and make sure they're still paired good. And if they need any help down the road, then the warrior team will help them out.
Yeah, if there's any situation, like, in fact, Chris was telling us a story that he was going in somewhere. I want to say it was a restaurant. And they said, no, sorry, pets aren't allowed. He said, sorry, but this is not a pet.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had a few people say that they've had that issue, and then they can get in contact with our team, and our team will get in contact with either the company or whoever it was, and we'll explain to them the ADA laws and everything like that.
What is your name again?
Victoria.
It's Victoria. And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to just talk about the expert trainers like yourself. I mean, what kind of background did you have with the dog and the training? Because this is intense, high-level training.
It is, it absolutely is. So my background in dog knowledge was I worked at Lackland as a contractor for a little while, so I had a little bit of time working with dogs. And then I got very fortunate, and they had an apprenticeship program going on over here whenever we first opened. So I got to join the apprenticeship program and learn everything through K9s. And
That's
yeah,
so cool. And what's next for Victoria? What do you think you want to take this to?
I'm not sure. I don't
Yeah.
know what's next, but I sure do love what I'm doing right now.
You are so good at it. And I mean, and look at how well
Thank you.
Tricker
Tricker, yes.
Tricker is doing. Yes, you know your name, Tricker. So sweet. I mean, these dogs are just so good. Haven't heard one bark since I've been out here.
No.
It's fascinating. It's incredible. Thanks, Victoria.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what else is going on out here. How are you? Oh yeah, we're doing a little trampoline action, aren't we?
Yes, we're learning
Learning
place.
place. Hi.
Hi,
Good to see you. What's your name?
I'm Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. And who's this?
This is Sully.
Sully. How long Sully been here with us?
He's been here about 3-ish weeks, so he's pretty new to the program still.
Yeah, so
He's
he's
learning all the
having fun.
manners, yes.
Right? I love it. He's so awesome. How fascinating is it that you learn what dogs are capable of doing?
Right. It is fantastic just to see, Sully, how dogs learn and how they pick up on our behaviors and how we're feeling and how they can help a warrior, how they help us just in our day-to-day training. So it's fantastic.
It is amazing to me. I mean, that a dog can sense an anxiety attack. A dog can sense when a warrior's going into a night terror, nightmare dream. They know these things, and I just don't get that. That's fascinating.
Yes, they help us in so many ways. I can't even explain it all the time, but they do amazing things for everyone. including the Warriors. So they're here to save us.
How long have you been here and working with K9s?
I've been here for about 2.5 years.
Oh, it's so awesome. How does it feel to equip a veteran like what you're doing and the reward you get from this?
It's truly life-changing being able to see the dog come through and then knowing that they're helping veterans. I speak with veterans a couple times and I've heard their stories and hearing how much of a life-changing experience this is.
Can you just give a plea? I mean, there's folks watching, and this video is going to live on Facebook for a while. So, beyond Veterans Day, you can give and help support this mission. But today's the day. And what would you say to motivate somebody to pick up that phone and call 796-3682 and make a difference in the life of a veteran? What would you tell them?
I say you're changing somebody's life. This is a life-changing experience for them. This helps them every day do certain things, going out into the public and everything. So this truly is life-changing experience for them. If you could just help in any way you could.
Thank you so much. Because like I said, they started in Florida. Watch your step behind you, bro. But they're here now in Military City, USA. So it's our opportunity to show them why they chose San Antonio, how much we love our veterans, how much we love San Antonio's own, and that we can help out. Let's find out from our other trainer. How are you? Good to see you. I'm Bill. Hello. Hi, Karen. And who's this?
This is Kenji.
Hey, Kenji. Kenji, how are you? Beautiful eyes.
I know.
One's blue, one's brown. Look at that. How long's Kenji been here?
Kenji has actually been here for probably about 3 weeks, and our
About the
quarantine
same.
is
Okay.
about the same time. So,
Okay.
so
got you.
this is one of his first days in training.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a first. Okay. And who knew he'd be live on Facebook
Right.
and meeting a weatherman? Did you guys train for that?
Definitely did not. I'm actually seeing what his limitations are right now.
Exactly. Okay. How do you do meeting the weatherman? Yeah. All right. 796-3682. 796-3682. Tell me the reward you get out of this. I mean, making the difference in the life of a veteran.
I mean, it's amazing. I tell people all the time that I'm not really working. I come to work to hang out with dogs all day. It's kind of a reward in itself. But my first time getting to pair a dog that I had trained with a warrior was heartbreaking and heart-filling at the same time.
Wow.
My dog was leaving, but watching the woman and how happy she was with this dog that I had trained, it was so much better than spending all the time with the dog. It was just preparing this dog for her.
So you went to graduation. I'm assuming you were there that moment they walked, and
Yes.
that's so cool.
That's
So
amazing.
there's a ranch in Helotes where the veteran and the dog spend 3 weeks together. They graduate. This happens monthly.
Monthly.
Yeah, and so take us there. Like, what was it like when that moment arrived?
Well, I'll actually take it back a little further. So the day that they're paired, you spent almost every single day with this dog, and you see the warrior just light up with this new dog that they have, and then they take the dog away, and you're filled with so much anxiety and worry. You're like, are they going to do well together? Are they going to like each other? Is
Sure.
everything going to go well? But then on graduation, your dog ignores you and walks with the warrior.
I'm so
and-
over you right now.
Yes. And they graduate with the warrior, and they look like a team. They're a pair, and they are. And so it's a culminating moment where you're just like, everything I did was worth this 5 minutes, this moment, watching them walk together, and how happy the warrior is. Because a lot of times when they come in, they don't smile, they barely talk. But by the end, they're like, look at this dog, and oh my gosh, I love my dog. And I am so rewarded to be a part of that, to help them.
And tell me about this call on your life. I mean, when did you decide this is something I want to do? I mean, I can tell this is, God has positioned you right here
Thank you.
for this purpose.
It was me working with people, actually. I worked with people first, working with kids, San Antonio kids, and then working with young adults, becoming and kind of growing into their own. And I liked it, but there was something missing, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I saw K9s For Warriors, and instead of me just applying and waiting, I applied, and then I called. I was like, please give me a job here. I want to work here. But, through the powers that be, they put me in the position of being a trainer, and I don't know where I would go next. This is everything to me.
You're so good at it. I can tell.
Thank you.
Look, it's sweet.
Yes.
Kendra, what's up? Yeah. You see? Can you tell, like, at this point, I know you said just in couple 3 weeks, can you tell, like, you know what? It's going to be all right.
Sometimes you can, and other times you can't.
Yeah.
Our dogs, it depends on the dog and their background. They have just as many trials in their lives as we do.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard to tell at first, but for Kenji himself, what we're doing is I'm kind of working on confidence and a hand cue. I'm seeing if he is any interested in my hand at all, and I'm actually without treats or anything. He comes to me for loves, just for pets, and that's a big thing.
Yeah.
If I can show him that being here and petting him is good enough and that rewards him, that tells me that he'll be able to do that with his warrior later, which is huge.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of good potential in this one.
You know what's neat is how the program and the system, the method, you switch out trainers. I think that's so cool because of what experience they get, and they get used to different people, which is so important in the real world.
Yes, we definitely do. It's really nice for a bunch of reasons, but one thing is I may be a trainer, but I can't train every single little thing. So it's
Right.
amazing to watch a dog that I might have struggled with open up in a new trainer's leash. So it's awesome, and all of our trainers are really close. So it's amazing to work with each other to get all of these dogs to succeed, because it's not about the trainer.
Right.
It's about the warrior in the end.
Right.
So making sure that the dogs are as prepared as they can be for their new life.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
So good talking to you. I'll tell you what, the team out here is phenomenal, and the feeling of love that you just get when you're here is amazing. I want to cruise back inside and give you one last pitch effort. We'll see you guys in a little bit, okay? Just chilling. Yep, I'm going to walk this way. In fact, you know what? I'm a weatherman. So if you call 796-3682, 210-796-3682, and you donate at least $500, it won't rain on your birthday. And then Paul Morell has told me if you give $1,000, he'll make sure it's 72 degrees. So I'll take care of the dry day. It'll be a pretty day. He'll take care of temperature. It's a win-win, okay? 796-3682. Some other training going on inside the fence. I mean, you have to realize these dogs have to be trained for every surface they walk on. If it's grass, if it's brick, if it's cobblestone, if it's linoleum, if it's a hardwood floor, because a dog, you know how it is? I mean, if you have dogs and you know animals, sometimes that changes and they get to one surface and they kind of freak out. They don't know where they are, right? They have to be trained for every single scenario that a warrior might take them to, from a shopping mall to a grocery store to a baseball game to, to the gym to work out, to Applebee's, like I mentioned. I mean, they have to be ready to be the same in every one of those situations. That's the kind of high-level training, that they're in. Hello? Password is K9 Love Center. Oh, you got it passed. There you go. Thank you, my friend. So come on in. We want to, again, introduce you to our incredible volunteers today. Thank you for doing this on Veterans Day, by the way, brother. Tell me your name.
Adrian.
Adrian, thanks again. Look, he had a shift at the school as a dad of great students. I love the watchdogs, and now you're helping us out too. So give him a call right now. Call Adrian at 210-796-3682. And what was your name?
Claudia.
Claudia,
Yes.
Thank you so much. From City, 210-796-3682, or text to give at 41444. We're getting that number. Oh, we're about to hit it. We're about to hit six figures. Look at this, 99,755. We are almost at six figures, y'all. We're almost at six figures, y'all. All right, so as I close out, I want you to call. This is the one day, 210-796-3682. Please give us some help and extend the life of a veteran who deserves to live, okay? Take a look. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, thank you. Good stuff. Jeff Johnson,
That was a good
thank you,
run,
my
wasn't it?
friend.
Mhm.
Yes, thank
Not
you.
like a 15-minute
Take a
cut-in.
break for real. We're at least 15. I think we went longer than that.
That's good, though.
It was
We
so
covered
good.
everybody,
They were
didn't we?
Great outside. They were so good.